Hey friends, it's Miss Lacey with Miss Lacey Reads Aloud. So today I wanted to read a special book that I remember as a little girl. It's a Sesame Street book called The Monsters Picnic, and it took me a long time last year to track this book down. It's just something that I really wanted to have in my collection. So this is called The Monsters Picnic. Illustrated by Lisa Alexander, illustrated by Joe Ears. It was that time of year again. Time for the Monsters Picnic. But not just any day would do. The day for the Monsters Picnic had to be perfect. There had to be a warm sun, a whispering wind, and tulips in bloom. Henry Monster was in charge of knowing when the time was right. Every day, Henry looked carefully at the tulips in his window box. One morning, he had a hunch the next day the tulips would bloom. There's no time to waste, thought Henry. Today there's a warm sun and whispering wind. Tomorrow might be the perfect day for the picnic. Henry ran out to Sesame Street to spread the word. Monsters all over Sesame Street dropped everything to get ready. Marilyn Monster made monster mashed potato salad. Malcolm and Monya Monster mixed up some Monsterade. Marvin Monster dug his monster ball set out of his closet. Mabel and Max Monster washed and waxed the monster bus. The next morning, Henry rushed to his window box. The tulips were in bloom. Henry dashed outside. The warm sun was shining. He lifted his thumb in the breeze. Felt it tickle his fur. The whispering wind, yelled Henry joyfully. Today is the day! Aruga! He honked his special horn, and the monsters piled into their bus and were off. After a long drive out into the country, the monster bus screeched to a stop. A path led up to a hill to a glade bright with tulips for the monsters' picnic. Monsters tumbled out of the bus and scrambled up the hill. Aruga! Henry honked his horn and announced, "Let the monster games begin!" The monsters played Monster in the Middle, Monster Steps, and Monster Tag. Some monsters played Monster Ball and Blind Monsters Bluff. Other monsters sat in a shady spot and played sit-down games. Aruga! Henry honked his horn. "Friends, it's time to eat!" The monsters spread out their picnic lunch. They slurped Monsterade and munched on monster mashed potato salad. They chomped on sandwiches of monster mayonnaise and mangoes. As the monsters roasted marshmallows for dessert, a giant black cloud rolled across the sun. Rumble rain gushed down on the glade. Soaked and frenzied monsters scurried to the monster bus for shelter. "Oh dear," said Henry. "It's not supposed to rain on the day of the monsters' picnic." With their noses pressed against the windows of the bus, the monsters watched as the black cloud rolled away. It took the rain with it, and once again the sun shone brightly. Aruga! Henry Monster honked his horn and said, "Let's not let a little rain spoil our lovely day." Then Henry began to dance. Then one by one the monsters joined in the dancing. They stomped their feet on the wet ground and waved their arms as the warm sun dried their fur. The monsters twirled and jumped and yodeled. Marilyn Monster grabbed Henry's horn. "Aruga! Fellow monsters," she announced, "this has been the best picnic day ever. What do you say?" "Hip, hip, hooray!" yelled the monsters. "We have the warm sun, there's a whispering wind, and the tulips are in bloom," said Marilyn. "And next year let's have a brief, refreshing rain shower, too." "Hear, hear!" the monsters cried. Then as the tulips waved in the whispering wind, everybody joined paws in a circle. The picnic ended as the monsters danced joyfully beneath the warm sun. The end. Thanks for watching, guys.